Hello and welcome to Rivals of Waterdeep. My name is Carlos, and we're going to go around the table and introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm Tanya DePass. I play Lisa Storio. You're always grumpy and wanting to hit things paladin.
I'm Brandon Stennis. I play Ren Leodon. I'm a high elf sorcerer.
I am Cicero Holmes, and I will echo really soon in Tanya's phone. I am playing Perrin Underbow, your halfling bard who says weird things.
My name is Carlos Luna. I will be your DM. My pronouns are he, him.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Surena Marie. My preferred pronouns are she, her, and I play Ashbourne, a half-elf ranger.
And my name is Shareef Jackson, he, him, and I'm playing Shaka, tiefling warlock, who leaves people at bars.
And since
so
I'm-
hard.
And since I'm such a great introductory person, both me and my character's name pronouns are she, her.
Oh, pronouns he, him.
And I am also he, him, as well as Perrin. Perrin is he, him.
Cool. Shareef, you just mentioned leaving the bar. Let's get to the recap. Previously on Rivals of Waterdeep. Dun dun. Yeah, so what happened last episode?
So many things.
Shareef met Dirty D.
Dirty D.
Yeah,
Dirty
another
D.
tiefling who he wanted to be friends with.
I was so excited because if you guys have noticed this whole season, I've been asking, are there tieflings around?
Yeah.
Tieflings here. I've been rolling for perception to see. So this is the first time. So I was very excited.
You wouldn't know that based on how you left him.
Yeah. I was excited but unfortunately, guys, Night's Watch were on our tail and we had to get back to the Jade Rose. So
Yeah.
I made the awful decision, which I do regret.
Well, I was an enabler for that decision, for sure.
Yes, there were chickens.
Because, so in my mind, the mind worms were panic or making you panic and be like, I don't know how to get out of this. I don't know what to do. So I'm like, I'll save you. Yeah. And that's what I did.
I felt safe.
Good.
Oh, so
Speaking of mind worms,
yes,
you lost yours.
You lost your
I
mind
did.
worm.
I got whatever that creature was that latched onto my leg. After lighting my own leg on fire to help get it off. Yeah, I'm mind wormless now.
Yeah, you were having
I still want mind worms, though. I'm like,
I mean, you're
like
not
myself, like
down.
as a person, wants a mind worm.
That was actually my favorite part of the episode is just Rin turning to Celeste and be like, I kind of want one.
Celeste being like, no.
No, this is why you need an adult.
But we were all doing that to try to get to the safe house. The Waterdeep guards were kind of on our tail, and we were sneaking through the town, trying to be as least conspicuous as possible. Which, I mean, it's us, so it was...
Yeah, I was about to say, because you basically had a whole band playing.
I did.
And,
Yeah, you gave
drawing
away a
loudly.
lot of money, yeah.
I gave her a lot of money because I don't think Ash understands money. So she's like, here, take this money. I don't know.
Yeah, and then you guys made it to the bar. You ditched that guy.
Yep.
I started walking. Shaka got attacked and zapped and clawed at.
Yeah, well, I I don't want to skip the fact that Perrin first lifts this guy's self-esteem and then brings it
Out of
right
his
back
hand.
down. So that dude is just
man.
somewhere in therapy right now.
It's like giving someone a cupcake and then just smacking it out of their hand.
Like, you don't, happy
Not-
birthday, you don't deserve it.
Not today.
yeah.
Oh,
That was
man.
great. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
But we made it to the Jade Rose finally.
Right.
And Melanie told us
yeah.
that there was guards all over the top floor and they were looking for us and that she had stored our stuff behind in the alley.
Right.
Yep.
So we grabbed our stuff, and now
that's
we're
where we
ready to
are.
go.
Now we're ready to go.
we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have been walking, actually. Cool. You guys want to get into it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Okay. Rin and Celeste, the walk to the safe house is quite easy. You both are on full alert, but the streets, they seem to be somewhat empty, and no one seems to be paying attention to you. your mind begins to wander and reflect on the day. What are you guys thinking about?
I didn't get to like stab anything, and I really want that back.
Yeah. And then like Ren's like thinking like, Sleaze, you probably should take a bath at some point. Because, we're here. We're at the place. We're at the
We haven't
hotel.
got there yet,
Well, we're at the Jade Rose. We should try to like go.
and there are
in.
people looking for us.
True, but you probably do need a bath, to be honest. He like turns this way. He's like, "Don't kill me though, because I said that."
You see this?
I'm just saying.
Look, elf boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
But this
Really? After I
yeah.
saved you from falling off a building, this is how you treat me?
I was just
Really?
being very honest about, you want people to be honest with you, and I don't want to just like let you go out there in public and people say things about you.
Oh,
I
nice
care
flip.
about you a lot.
I care about you too, which is why I haven't stabbed you. Have you not noticed I've wanted a bath like for the last 2 days?
True, that's why I'm looking out for you.
But we can't go on the Jade Rose. There are people looking for us.
Oh yeah, true. And like Red like goes like this. He has like his crossbow like just in case.
Vigilant.
You guys are like 5 blocks away from the Jade Rose right
And he's like,
now.
oh, okay, never mind. In the back.
As soon as we get to the safe house, trust me, I will find some hot water.
Okay, but we have to
Get
make
out
sure,
of this frippery.
Yeah, we got to change our clothes, but I really like this vest. It feels great.
Well, you can keep the vest.
I can keep it.
Oh, who's gonna take it back from you?
True, but I really like it though.
Oh my god.
And then Ren's like, this is my new outfit now. I'm not gonna wear this armor anymore. He like takes it off. He's like, I'm gonna keep this vest. This is my new look. How do you like it?
It'll look good on your funeral pyre.
Okay, and we cut to it.
It's like a Seinfeld.
We both did that at the same time. I would love to see Shaka and Perrin
Just
do
doing
this.
the Foley for
Yeah, just see Perrin slide in like. Shaka. The walk seems easy as well for you. You've been running the numbers in your head, taking into account factors like weather, population density, interaction possibility, and with each step you take, you begin to realize you're that much closer to safety. But for some reason, you don't feel safe. You are surrounded by friends and under the cover of night, but you somehow feel exposed. A pressure builds in your head. It's low at first, but then it gets heavier and heavier. It's booming, like turning gears, like doof, doof, doof. And then it'll stop for a very long time. It's as if your mind is a hollow door and someone or something is knocking louder and louder. And then it just stops. And you feel perfectly fine.
So I start to think about, the last 2 experiences I had with my patron, how it felt very invasive and very adversarial. And up till that point, I kind of had a very positive, I guess, view of being a servant to the patron. But through my experience with this crew, I feel like I'm starting to doubt a little bit. These kind of poundings are kind of like reminders of like making me doubt if I made the right choice, basically. So I'm kind of walking, and that's kind of heavy on my mind as I'm walking by.
Ashburn, Perrin, and Knock Knock. The trek to Castle Lane is filled with anxiety and paranoia. Most of the streets are empty, but every now and then you catch a glimpse of someone from a window or doorway staring back at you. Ashburn, you think, do they know? You hear the faint sound of shuffling down alleys. The watch has spies everywhere, Perrin, you think. Sometimes the shadows from the moonlight start to play tricks on you. where was Ren and Celise really before they got to the amphitheater? It seems so convenient that they show up at the exact same time that the watch does. And what do we really even know about Zaraj?
So Ash is like darting around, and I'm assuming that Chips is kind of concerned about her, because I don't know if Chips is also paranoid, but is just like you know how like animals can sense danger?
Yeah, Chips doesn't feel danger, but he's concerned for you.
Yeah.
He's like looking up. He's walking actually next to Duo, the little kobold.
Okay.
But you know, he's looking around. He sees your concern, and he does look around to see if he can zero in on exactly what you're concerned
Yeah.
with. But he's at full alert, but he doesn't really feel like there's cause for this feeling right now.
Right. And so Ash is like hiding her arm because she feels like at any second Zaraj's people can come out at her.
Oh, Zaraj's people.
Not Zaraj's people. I'm so sorry. The Xanathar's people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Too many X's.
Too many X's. Hey, Perrin.
Yes, hello, Ash.
Hey, Rin's been kind of weird, right? Like kind of weird, you know what I mean?
For Rin?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if kind of weird actually even falls into our purview of understanding.
I mean, he was gone for like a really long time on a
Very
date. You know what I mean?
That he was, but the heart wants what it wants.
Oh, yeah. Perrin. She walks ahead a little bit.
Ashburn, you seem particularly unnerved.
What?
Well, it seems your paranoia is unabound right now.
I'm not paranoid. I'm just looking out for Ashbourne.
Well, very good. I think that it's perfectly reasonable. I didn't say you, everybody. That you do look out for Ashbourne, but you look out for the rest of us. We've been on this journey for so long.
Well, don't you feel like you need to look out for you too?
Perrin Underbow always looks out for Perrin Underbow.
Perrin, what are you doing right now? Because you are also feeling this way, but I imagine you're a performer, so you're not sending this on the outside like Ashbourne is.
Yeah,
like
Ashbourne
Ashbourne she reads like an open book. I digging deeper into your words, I heard like you should look out for everyone, Ashbourne. like that's some fear.
That is definitely something that I said.
Yeah. What's going on in your head right now?
So as a halfling, as a halfling in the world with everyone else, the halfling has to have some sort of paranoia because he's overlooked all the time.
Oh.
So he lives constantly with this level of paranoia. It's kind of like being a black man in America, but so he constantly lives with this fear that at any moment something terrible could happen to him because he is so overlooked. So he is. It's kind of like the Incredible Hulk in the Avengers, at the end of the Avengers, where he's like, I'm always angry. Yeah. I'm always paranoid. Perrin is always paranoid.
Yeah.
So therefore, when
paranoid.
Yes, he's paranoid. Paranoid Underbow. So as he is dealing with this level of paranoia, he recognizes it, he sees it, but he's developed the tools that he has to deal with that paranoia are supremely sharp. Even more sharp than the rapier he used in the last episode.
Plug.
Which you should watch.
What's something you're thinking in your head?
We need to get to the rest house because I need to rest. I need to heal. I am in a lot of pain because I have not felt good from the wounds that I suffered after the last performance. So we need to go. We need to go quickly. And I need to get there, and I need to feel better.
In Knock Knock's head, he's hearing all this. He's watching you guys discuss. He's actually in back as well. And he thinks to himself, yeah, I bet you'd like that. I bet you'd like us all head in one place. I'm watching you, Perrin. I'm watching you, Ashbourne. I got an eye on Celise. Man, I got so many eyes. Oh, man, I don't got enough eyes. And then he kind of like trails off on how he needs more eyes, how he needs to keep track of all this stuff, how he wishes he was born like this and that and blah, blah, blah. And he's kind of spiraling out, just in his own head. Not aggressive, though.
Yeah, but we can hear it because we're in mind
Yeah,
rooms.
you guys could definitely hear
except
it.
for Shaka.
Yeah.
Shaka can't, Celise and Ren can't. Great, hang on one second. Yeah, so Zaraj looks over and he sees like Ashburn squirreliness, Knock Knock squirreliness, Perrin just kind of like a big smile on his face, a little bit bigger than normal, like totally out of place. Right. Like it's completely okay to be like almost God, Belle in Beauty and the Beast, like bonjour, bonjour. Like, fucking streets are empty, dude. And Zaraj goes up to Celise and Ren, who are having this amazing conversation, this bath time conversation. And he kind of goes in between them, doesn't look at them, keeps like marching forward just so not to arouse suspicion. And he says to them, mind worms are starting to take hold of your friends. The worms will use the paranoia to protect themselves from the outside. It will make them question reality, and them in a state of fear and uncertainty. Soon the worms will be deep enough to rewrite the blueprints in their minds. The creatures will psychically burrow deep to find their anchor points, places in time that they've been deeply affected, the cornerstones of what makes them, them. Once they've uprooted and rewritten those major points, all other memories will be corrupted. Like ink in water, it will spread until everything is black, until nothing is as it was. Soon, they will not answer to their own name. And then he kind of just like slows down his pace and just like heads to the back a little bit. So you guys are left alone again.
I feel like Ren goes like, I don't want those mind worms anymore.
Yeah, so I'm wondering. Well, no, I'm not wondering. I say, Zaraj, so we know we need to get them out, and we're heading to the safe house. Why tell us all this? Like it's like you're trying to creep us out.
He pulls you to the
Like,
pulls you to the
what's
side, like so everyone else like passes by. Because at any time, your friends can be paranoid of you and afraid of you, and they might take off, and they might try to hide. And at that point, if we lose them, you've lost them forever.
All right. So how far away how much farther to the safe house?
It's a 10-minute walk. We're almost there.
Okay, then instead of slowing down, let's
I know, but I feel like I had to explain this.
I was gonna say let's pick up the pace, but then Perrin would get mad at me. Sorry.
And Ash sees Shaka and Zarash talking, and she has Chips on her shoulder, and she's talking to Chips now, and she's saying, "What are they talking about? Are they talking about us? I bet they're talking about us. I hope they're not talking about us. I'm just gonna go see what Shaka's doing. I'm just gonna."
While you're talking
Yeah.
to Chips, Chips has a concerned look on his face for you, and he's kind of like, "No, they're not talking to you."
Everything's
But
fine.
at that same time, Duo kind of like crawls on his shoulder, and he's just like, he's eating like a little apple.
So he's on my shoulder too?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
He's just eating an apple, and he's like, Oh, you never know. They could be talking to you.
Oh,
I bet they are. I bet they're talking about me.
They could be. Who knows?
So wait, is Ash loud enough for us to hear her?
Ash is always loud enough.
I don't know. Roll stealth. Yes. Let's see how stealthy you are.
That is 17.
Roll investigation. So you're on high alert right now. You're trying to pay attention to what they're saying, what they're doing, and what they're saying. So let's see if you notice anything weird that Ash is doing.
I hope so. Oh God! Like,
Contest your roll.
oh, it's only a 10.
Oh yeah, you don't notice. She looks cute with that little fox on her shoulder.
Kobold on the other. Yeah. You look over and she just waves at you.
That would make Celeste like. Are you okay, Ash?
Do you say that to me directly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Oh, so good. Just doing.
And she starts like you know when someone says act natural and things, and they're like it's all like sort of non-human. So she's walking, but it's not quite right.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you guys continue walking on?
I just kind of like walk close to Ash. Ash, that's everything but okay. What's wrong?
Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on. So
And I pull Celeste in. Like now it's like really urgent because she's like now becoming desperately paranoid.
she's like, I think that Perrin's trying to kill us. I think Perrin's trying to kill us. I think that Shaka has laid traps out in this alley for us, and I think Rin has stolen from me.
Duo's on your shoulder, and he's just like, he has this like apple in his hand, and he's just like, oh, I just said they were talking about it. I didn't think they were saying any of that stuff. Just probably nice stuff. I don't even. And he like kind of climbs down off you.
Ash, we haven't been down this alley before. You realize that none of us had time to lay traps?
You and I haven't, but I don't know.
We've been together the last day.
Have you seen Shaka Misty Step?
No, he can't do that.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Okay.
Oh, and we hear that in parents' mind.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he can.
But
Parents
you
starting
can't
to
go
break a
that
little bit.
far and we'd notice. Like, you leave mist when you do Misty Step.
Okay. All right.
And then she kind of gives you a weird look.
Don't give me that look, young lady.
Yeah, and like I'm not really paying that much attention to them because I'm still with like Zaraj, and I'm really intrigued.
This is like a science experiment.
Yeah, I'm intrigued because like, you know, as you said before, it's his first time leading, you know, like he's going back to his group without his leader. Right. So I feel like he's probably worried about like what am I going to say to the Black Network that I lost like Levant and that kind of stuff. So like I'm just like, hey man, is there anything that we need to know before we meet, you know, this your group, especially considering that well, no, I won't say that because like he'd probably still sad about that. But I would just say,
Wait, except what? What were we gonna say?
oh, don't worry about it. I'll do that gun thing. That Ash should. Yeah. Is there anything else? Is there anything that we should know before we meet them?
Zaraj thinks to himself. He thinks, what do they need to know? The warehouse, wherever it is off Castle Lane, will be in front. The street lamp will glow red outside the warehouse. It should be locked up. It should be inconspicuous. Don't draw attention to it, of course. If someone asks you to do something, do it. The place should be full, but we should be able to find a room to ourselves. And hold up for a while. Don't take anything.
Okay, I'll let Ren know.
Cool. So you guys are walking, As you turn on Castle Lane, you quickly realize it does not live up to its name. Most of the buildings on the block are crumbling, windows are busted out, glass on the concrete, bricks missing from the streets, and graffiti on the walls. A shop sign squeaks on a rusty hinge. It's as if civilization just left. A place time forgot. Everyone roll perception.
18.
Ooh.
16.
22.
Oh, wow.
The paranoid ones, though, right?
What are you seeing? That's
I only got an 8.
Okay, cool. But everyone, minus Shaka, kind of pays attention. He's having this conversation with Zaraj right now. Most of the street lamps are off or broken. A few near cross streets have been lit, but for the most part, it doesn't seem like anyone makes their way down this street, let alone goes down this street to turn on the street lights. Nothing seems out of the ordinary, except you two, 22 and 24, something like that, right? Yeah. You two notice there is one street lamp flickering red.
No, this is a bad. Look at that.
Yes, the red light. I seem to think that naming this street Castle Lane was purely unintentional. This was this street seems
Like a trap, like a giant trap that's gonna kill us all. We're gonna walk in and it's just gonna be like a beholder and it's gonna eat us.
I was just going to say ominous, but yeah, that too, Ash.
Ash, do you need a nap?
Like she's a cranky toddler.
Or a snack? I think I have jerky in my bag.
How long have you had that jerky?
Not that long. We've only been adventuring for a few days.
Ashman,
Yes.
the light, the red light. Let's focus on the red light.
And I'm gonna hyper focus on it and to see. I mean, I'm just gonna investigate it, I guess.
Yeah, the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah. You see the year it was made, like sketched on the side of the light. You know, you imagine by how big that candle is. It's been lit for 2 hours and 45 minutes. You know.
Yeah.
You do an investigation around the light as well. You see that the street lamp stands in front of a dilapidated warehouse. Weeds are grown high in front of it. There's an iron fence in front of the warehouse as well. From what you can tell, looking at this warehouse, there are 3 possible ways in. This could be the warehouse that Zaraj was talking about. There's a front door. With you got a nat 20, so I'll just tell you, like there's a front door. There's like one of those sliding peephole things. There's 3 front windows. They look like windows. They've been painted black, so you can't see inside them. And on the left side of the building, you can see there's like a little path, probably where there's like a loading dock, or there was a loading dock of some sort. But that's what you notice outside this giant street lamp that you're like staring at, doing an investigation. You're hyper focused too.
Yeah.
You're like, like almost like on drugs. Like you're like looking around
Yeah.
and everything like that.
Yeah. Ash, are you okay?
I think we made it to the safe house.
Okay. Zarash, you should probably lead the way.
Yeah. So Zaraj makes his way to the front of the group. He goes to the gate and he turns the handle. Pushes the handle forward, and he's still like staring at it. And then he starts walking like forward. He starts walking up the gravel pathway up to the front door, and he's about to knock on the door, and he stops for a second, and he turns to you, and he says, "The fence, it was unlocked."
Mm-hmm.
Meaning nothing. Not all of the locks that work on all the warehouses, but I'm almost certain this safe house. He thinks about it again. I'm almost certain that the lock on the front gate worked.
Well,
Seems scary.
I mean, we still got to head in because they got to get those mind worms out. And if there's a healer here, I said we still got to go in.
Yeah, Ash takes out her longbow and she crouches and she's gonna go through.
Oh, okay. You're gonna open up the door?
Ash don't care.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. So the gate. We're just at the gate. We're not at the door.
No, you're at the door.
We're at the door. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So he opened up the gate.
Yeah.
You guys walked up a gravel path.
Mhm.
You're at the front door with the peephole. He was about to knock,
Mm-hmm.
and then he told you, like, that gate was bothering me.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go around the side.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if there's another entrance then.
Okay. Roll investigation. What are you guys doing?
I mean, well, Ren's like, well, we came this far, and everybody's like, my words are freaking out on them. So
Yeah.
we have to go inside. What do you think?
I
Please.
think we should be cautious, and Zaraj, why don't we flank the door and then open it, but see what happens?
I think that's a good plan.
Don't knock.
No,
Okay.
because if someone's in there and they think we're breaking in, no one should get killed today. So we each flank the door, you open it, and then we get out of the way and see what happens.
Okay.
This seems particularly unnecessary.
All right, then you can open the door.
I'm beginning to believe that maybe we don't need to go to the safe house at all. Perrin has
Mind worms, man.
Perrin has made his life living this long by not taking particularly unnecessary risks, unless, of course, it's in the interest of performances. This is no performance that I want to take.
Well, then hide behind the big people with swords, and let's see what happens when we open the door.
We have to get these mind worms out of your guys' heads.
Very well. I will stand in the gravel.
Wow.
I will allow the rest of you to do whatever it is that you want to do.
Ash rolled a 6 for investigation, so I can see her. So like the safe house is here. You guys are having this conversation here. She's on this side, and she's like yelling at like a rustling in a tree. Like she thinks it's a person. It's definitely like a squirrel or something that's completely like not even an important thing. Get out of here!
Wow. Okay.
Now they know we're here.
Also, this might be a weird question, but I promise it makes sense. How much would you say Perrin weighs?
Oh, he's,
that is not a weird question, actually.
Perrin weighs. He's a little bit heavy for a halfling. He weighs about 40 pounds.
Okay, so
He's about 3 foot 4 inches. He's a little bit taller than most halflings. I think he's about 44 pounds.
okay, so he's too much for what I was planning on doing, which
God.
is to drag you with my mage hand.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm picking you up because you're coming in here.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna pick you
You
up,
want to get picked up?
Oh, here we go.
Please.
which also is a PU, by the way. I'm picking you up.
Yeah.
You want to be...
Please allow me to do the things that I want to do, Shaka. Shaka, I see you coming here. Shaka. My suggestion would be to continue on your way and pursue other avenues. PUs are hard, everybody.
I'm rolling strength. I want to pick him up.
Okay. Contested
Oh
string?
my god.
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
contest the string.
Yeah.
Oh,
17.
3.
Yeah. Your center of gravity is very
Yes.
low. Shaka goes in to like pick you up, and you're just like standing there, not moving, not budging, like a muscle as he like tries to.
We shall not be moved.
Oh my god. Fine. Well, at the very least, be a lookout or something useful, please?
Perrin Underbow is nothing if not useful.
Where do you go? How far back do you stand?
So I am going to stand off the side. So there's the gravel pathway. I'm assuming it's kind of curvy.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand off to the side so that I have a great view of the doorway to make sure that if they are allowed in, they're good. But also to exits and shoot towards the gate in case we will be ambushed, in case they're ambushed, because no one's going to see me. Damn it.
Okay, so I'll say you're about 20 feet from the door.
Yeah.
Okay, 20 feet from the
20
door.
feet from
You
the
can see like directly inside if it opens up. Ashbourne, you didn't see anything around the corner other than the loading dock when you made your way completely around the warehouse. So you've like come full circle and you're in the front with everyone else. So, are we doing this? Are we going in?
I hope so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready.
let's do it.
It's them or us.
Zaraj grabs the doorknob and flings it open and steps to the side. What do you guys do?
I'm standing there like,
Yeah, I feel like Ren is like pulls on crossbows, is like, I'm ready.
Who goes in? Does anyone go in? Or
Yeah,
do
I'm
you
gonna
guys
go in.
poke it? You're gonna go in?
I'm gonna go in.
Okay. Roll investigation.
I'm scared.
you ran in there.
Oh God, a 4.
A 4? Oh, okay. Yeah, you run in. You see these crates. There's also like a poorly. I guess they're using it as a couch. Looks like just like blankets on crates propped up against the wall. You don't see anything as you walk into this front area, though. It looks completely blank to you.
Guys, I don't see anything in here yet, but I think it's safe to at least enter into this area. You guys want? I need some help though, just in case I can't see too much.
Yes, is there a hidden room, Zaraj? Or how do we access the actual...
There's a couple of rooms as we get inside. There should be people here, though.
You don't see anything with your elfin eyes?
I don't see. It's dark. I don't see anything.
All right, well,
Did you
I
see in
want
the
to roll
dark?
investigation since I have dark, so I can see
Yeah.
in the dark.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I have 9.
Okay, and you've stepped inside as well?
Yes.
Okay, has everyone stepped inside?
Not yet. I was about to enroll investigation.
Okay. You don't see anything from your vantage point, like if you're standing in the same room as Ren. Again, it just looks kind of like messed up. Things are thrown about. You've never been here before, so you don't know if this is the regular of what this place looks like. Based on Zaraj's non-facial expression, he looks on full alert.
Ash goes into the room with Rin because not only is she paranoid from Rin, she's paranoid for Rin.
Oh, okay.
So she's like, I think that Rin is going to die. Also think that Rin might kill me. It's very confusing. She goes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll, and how far do you go past him or?
I go right to the side of him.
Okay, so let's just say you guys are all like in a row.
Yeah.
Then,
Okay,
I guess
I'm
in
gonna
there?
roll
You're gonna roll. Okay.
Yeah, let's do
you guys
it.
are so. I didn't mean to make everyone so paranoid.
Too
You did
late.
this to us.
17.
Okay. Celise, you hear the faint sound. God, what is that? Crying? Is that? It's been so long. Is that a baby?
So I sheathe my sword and I start going toward the noise, and Celeste gets very focused on that noise. Almost to the point where she's like, everyone's like, where are you going? She's like, nah. So she starts slowly, because I'm still in the formal attire. I haven't had a chance to actually put on my armor yet. So I'm quiet and creeping toward where I think I hear this baby crying.
Yeah, and as you creep forward, it is a baby sound. Like it does sound like a baby is crying. It's more specific and it's getting louder as you get closer and closer. As you reach this point in the room to another open doorway that leads in, two kenkus come out. They're like bird people, come out, and the crying, all of you can hear it. The one on the right sounds exactly like a baby crying. He has his short sword drawn on you. The one on the left looks you dead in the eyes and says, "Oh, please, mister, I don't mean you no harm." Everyone roll initiative.
Oh my God.
Yeah, me?
No, you don't have to. You're
No,
outside.
no, I'm outside.
So
Yeah, you
deeply
actually don't see this
unsettling.
because
Yeah.
it's being blocked.
13.
13,
11.
17.
17.
Fight crying birds.
What was yours again?
13.
What was yours again?
11.
Mine was 17.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm 17.
Betrayed me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What's your dex?
Did it? One. Well, yeah, one. Oh, yeah. One.
And then put the Kenku in there. Okay, last. Okay, first up.
First up is Ash. She sees a crying Kenku with a short sword drawn, right?
Yeah, he's not. It's not
It's-
crying. It's just its mouth is open, and you hear this crying
Yeah.
baby.
Well, that is so deeply unsettling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is very, very scary. I'm going to lunge at it and try to rip it with my claw.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's a very feral attack because it's very, very, very scary, and she's already very paranoid. Natural 20.
Oh yeah. Roll damage on that guy.
God. That paranoia is being put to work.
Yeah. okay. 6, 7, 9. 9 damage.
9. Okay. Yeah. So how do you play? How does it play?
So she sees, it looks like I'm just seeing like the mouth open and just baby sound come out.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. She like looks at it and it's a very like animalistic hunt expression, and she jumps on it and she tries to rip its shoulder, like rip
okay.
where it's holding the short sword.
Yeah.
So like damage the arm so you can't use it.
Great. Yeah, and it your claw goes in, drives in. You can feel the flesh in between your fingernails as you like start tearing inside him.
Yeah.
Great. Who's next?
Next is Rin.
Rin.
Okay. So I want to cast Firebolt, but I feel like Ren is like, well, it's my turn to fight, and he grabs, like he goes towards the ground and like picks up a Firebolt like this and just like lunges it. So let's see if it goes. Hits. I don't know. I'm doing this dramatic thing. It probably won't happen.
Yeah.
19. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
before your
It hits.
bonus.
Which
So-
one? It's definitely going to hit.
Yeah.
Which one are you going
Yeah,
for? The
3,
one
22.
that's on the ground or the one that is standing right there?
Which one's closest to Ash?
Well, Ash is on top of one,
Oh.
basically. Yeah, she's like trying to tear one apart.
Okay, so
There's-
I'll go for the other one. Okay, I'll go for the other one so I don't hit her.
Sorry.
So yeah, he does the thing where he like lifts his hand from the ground and like it's just like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this red flame starts to slowly grow in your hand.
Yeah.
You go underhand and just do you toss it underhand?
Sweet.
Oh, let's see. Yeah.
I play a character.
I
on the-
feel like it's like he does it underhand.
Underhand,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think he does it like that. Yeah, I think that's like
It's a question.
Yeah.
Is
House.
Celeste in the way?
I don't think Celeste isn't in the way. This doorway opening is like 2 doors like
Okay.
wide. So you would just spread apart like that. And I think you're poor Celeste. She stands and she goes in and then like this little elf girl goes right past her and then she's like, "Well, I'm gonna get you." And this guy catches on fire. Do damage to him. What was your damage on him?
Wait.
D6.
Wait. What?
D6.
Oh, sorry. D6.
How many d6s?
No,
is it?
what's your firebolt? Sorry.
My firebolt is 1.
Level
10.
5.
Level
2d10.
yeah.
2d10.
See, this is what I get for not having my dice out already. Okay. 4 and 2.
Wait, that's a d8. Is it?
D8s.
Oh, those are D8s. My bad.
Oh,
Yeah, take those back.
So roll
Okay.
roll this one twice.
okay. 5 and is that 6?
Six.
Or is it? Yeah, 6.
11.
No, that's
Oh, is that 9? That's a 9. Yeah.
That's a
5 and
9?
9.
Yeah.
14.
Okay, so 14.
Yeah.
You kill him. How does he
Oh
die?
my gosh.
How does he die?
Okay, so like after Ren has like, sent the firebolt out, he like walks up to him and he's like, don't tell any of your friends that we're here.
Oh, that's fucked up.
We're here on a mission.
While he's burning.
I feel like he has like flames coming out of his eyeballs. Like, don't tell anyone we're here on a secret mission.
Oh my god.
And like, because he's trying to like redeem himself at this point. He's like, this is the first time I got into a fight in like a few days.
His mouth is open.
Yeah.
And he's just, all you hear is that little boy sound of, please, sir, I mean you no harm. Please, sir,
now
I
that makes
mean
me
you
feel
no
bad now. I
harm."
just did that.
It's
like-
creepy.
That makes me feel
Moving
bad. I
into-
just did that now.
Oh, that's so creepy.
But yeah, like Ren is like, don't tell anybody we're here. And then like I feel like it just goes into like dust.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he disintegrates.
Yeah.
He's that scene in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah,
he's like
that's
on
like-
fire and then like
Yeah.
slowly like falling apart. Poor Celise is not getting a swing at anyone.
No, we've been trying to fight. So
Who's next?
next is Shaka.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy, which is a cantrip that I have not used.
I have never even heard that one.
So it basically lets me do things like create voices or like alter my voice.
Oh, okay.
So there's one thing that says that my voice booms to 3 times as loud as normal for a minute.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look at the one that's like alive, that like you're
him.
trying to like tear his like arm off, and then say, "Listen, Birdman, you've seen what we've done with your companion. Now tell us why your arm is still attached to your meager bird body. What are you here for?"
As you yell that, that one is still crying. It cries like a little bit louder. But behind Rin and behind you, one on the left side, one on the right side, 2 other Kenkus like stand up very slowly and shaking. And one of them says, one of them sounds like a woman. And it says, oh God, I'm gonna mess up this voice. So it's like, are you looking for a good time? Follow me. Are you looking for a good time? Follow me. And then the other one yells, bring me the wizard's son. He knows where the stone is. Bring me the wizard's son. He knows where the stone is.
Oh, parrots! They're parrots, guys. They are parrots. I think they're parroting what they heard the people that were in here. They were torturing. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I'm like thinking this. I guess.
Yeah, all this happens at the same time. Like, it probably surprises you that there's 2 other
Yeah.
Kenkus on the other side.
Yes. So I'm thinking, before I say it out loud, I'm thinking that these are basically functioning like parrots. They heard whatever happened in here. Somebody came and threatened the Night's Watch, and they left. So that's what I'm thinking right now. I haven't shared that yet.
Oh man, we had mind worms.
If we had mine.
If only.
Celise is next.
Celise,
I finally get to stab something.
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, give me a piece of this. And then you turn around and you see like there's 2 other ones. Oh, what do I take? The one in front of me, the one behind me. Oh.
I'm gonna go for the one that Ash is like trying to rip the arm off of.
Gotcha.
Try to finish it off.
Great.
Oh, dice, don't fail me. Ooh, hello. 19.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Ooh, hello is what Celise says when she sees a bath.
Wow. Okay.
I like how that's canon now.
Totally canon.
6 damage.
6 damage. Okay, he had 9 before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, how do you kill this guy?
Oh,
Ash is
run
right
in.
on top of him with like her claws in his
You
shoulder.
just push me off.
I'm not gonna push you off.
Okay.
I can be like, this is for Ash, and this is for all the people I didn't get to stab earlier. And I just ram my sword right through its heart and pin it to the floor.
Yeah, it sinks. It goes right through like warm butter, just like whoosh, like you don't even try to push pressure on it. As it tears in, the crying gets like less and less. In the background, you swear you hear, "This is for all the people I didn't get to kill," which could be the other Kenku repeating you. You assume. Who's next?
Kenku.
Kenku. The Kenku behind Rin is going to take a swing at him. And it is not going to hit. The other one is going to take a swing at Shaka, who's also in the back. Perrin, you're watching all this. Hold on, let me just roll this real quick. Okay, yeah. So 24 hits, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Sure.
great. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god.
So he's going to lunge at you. He deals 6 damage to you.
Ooh.
That Kenku is just like, "This for all the people I didn't get to hit." He slashes right at you. Perrin, you see your friends. You actually have the best seat in the house because you have this open door. You see Celise standing there, and then you see Ashburn jump right in front of her and tackle this guy. Then you see this fire come out of nowhere because you can't see Rin from the other side. This guy disintegrates right in front of you. And then you see Celise stab this other guy. What are you thinking?
Well, at first, my first thought is, well, at least Celise has finally gotten to stab something. Maybe soon she'll be able to get a bath.
You're all concerned about Celise getting a bath.
Celise has a sword this week.
Right. So I'm sitting there contemplating letting them continue to fight. And then I think about all the adventures that we've been on throughout this. So even in my want for self-preservation, my caring for this group of people that have become more than friends, have become family. It's, Perrin hasn't had a family since his family died in a fire back in his hometown. So he's gone around and he's made lots of friends. But he hasn't really found people that he can trust. So even despite the fact that there's all of this paranoia going on, there's a feeling of belonging with this group, and there's a feeling of responsibility. So I say, so Perrin says, perhaps it's time for me to put up with all of this nonsense and go join my family.
Duo is standing right next to you.
Yes.
Who you haven't been paying attention to. He's just been eating all the food. He's actually eating the jerky that was in Celise's bag. And he turns to you as you're just like having this superhero moment, Right. And he's just like, I thought for sure you were going to say, put up or shut up. I thought for sure you were going to say that.
Perrin Underbow always zigs when you think he will zag.
Zogs. Oh, zags. That's a good one too. Yeah.
Zigzag.
We going in there?
Let's go. I see you've been renamed from Thing 2 to Duo. Duo.
Yeah,
Let's do what I always thought that you would do.
Breaking skulls and biting people's legs.
I was going to say be a hero, but yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be a hero too.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. And you guys walk in together?
Yes.
Great.
We're
Yeah.
walking in together.
We'll put you right after the Kenku. Okay. Who's next? Back to the top.
So the other Kenku.
Who's next? Yeah, Ashbourne?
Yeah, Ash
okay.
is next. Sorry. They're just like standing there. They're not doing anything or attacking or. Oh yeah, knock knock.
Oh yeah, knock knock. God, guys, there's so many. And there's Zaraj too.
Yeah, so I'll just put them at the end.
Yeah, put them at the end. So knock knock and Zaraj were kind of the tail end, anyways. So knock knock sees the one on Ren's left. He's going to take a swing at him. Oh yeah, that's gonna hit that guy. I think it's gonna like really kill this guy. Hold on, let's get to Let's see. Yeah. Okay, and he will take 8 damage. Knock Knock pulls out one of his short swords, and he sees him going. He's also a little bit paranoid. And his paranoia is confirmed by that thing hiding behind. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that could have happened at any time he was walking. He takes out his hummingbird one, and he just like flings it at that guy. It goes like right through his shoulder and sticks in there. And then we'll go with Zaraj. Ooh, I think Zaraj actually might miss.
Is that possible?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, he has been hanging out with us.
Tainted.
Wow.
Telling his shine.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Oh
gonna
no,
say
you're right.
that.
It will hit. What do we got? Yeah. Yeah. So he hits the one that is going for Shatka. He takes out his little short sword because they're in close quarters with all you guys. He goes up to the Kenku and goes to slash right at him. He hits the side of his arm as well, and it gets pretty deep. Ashburn.
How many Kenku are left standing?
Just 2.
Just 2?
The 2 in back by you guys, yeah.
Which one looks the most damage? The one closest to
Rin.
Rin? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. So I am so very scared for Rin. I think this Kenku's gonna kill him because I'm hyper paranoid. And I launch my longbow at the Kenku.
Oh, okay. So you're like on this dead Kenku.
So I just like stand up and then I just like
You pull it, yeah. And you shoot it. Go for it.
Please don't hit Rin. Oh, great. That is 20 something to hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. It's 22. And 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay. Yeah. The arrow pierces his abdomen actually. It kind of like doubles over a little bit to like hold his stomach. Yeah.
Great.
He's still up though.
Okay. Rin.
Okay, so how many of those?
There's 2.
left.
There's one right in front of you, and then there's one right in back of Shaka.
Okay, so like I might as well use the crossbow because this whole time I've been running too. So
Point
Ren,
blank range, or no, the other one.
wait,
So there's one right next to you,
I mean,
and then there's one on. the
yeah, because I want to be like vicious, so I like turn around, and I just, like turn and just like
Okay.
with the light crossbow.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on that because you are so close to him.
Yeah, I'm like he's super
Yeah.
like ready. Okay.
Yeah,
8.
roll it again.
Okay.
Hey,
The
Okay.
fates of the series.
add what's your modifier on that?
It
Sorry, on your crossbow.
should be. I don't think I have it.
You do, but you didn't write it down.
Oops, I didn't write it down. Okay. Yeah, I didn't write it down.
It's probably not high enough to hit though.
Okay.
So yeah, you go. He's very close to you,
Mhm.
but for the way his hood is up and he's moving around, it just goes through the fabric. The arrow just cuts right through the fabric. It actually doesn't hit him at all.
Okay.
Who's next?
Shaka.
Shaka.
Cool. So I'm assuming that when we got our bags from the J Rose, all of our stuff was in there, correct?
You guys didn't go through the bag.
Okay. So can I say that I have my crossbow right now? Right?
Yeah. I could say that on the top, the crossbow would be that one of the heaviest things in your
Okay.
bag. So
Okay, all right.
yeah, it would be at the top, I would say.
Okay. So I see what like Rin does, and I say that looks pretty cool. I want to try that as well. So I take out my crossbow.
You guys are ridiculous, by the way. You're in the
Crossbows
closest
everywhere.
quarters of combat. She pulled out a bow. He pulled out a bow. He pulls a long bow. Right. And he pulled out a bow.
Look,
Gotta stay on brand. You gotta stay on brand with it. You know?
I mean, the third time is a charm, is what I'm saying. So I turn to like the one that's like behind me with the crossbow.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you advantage as well.
Sure. All right, 13. Oh wait, sorry. 17.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, that arrow that's 3 feet away, it hits.
4
4
damage.
Which one is this? This one Zarash hit, right? Yeah. So this kills him. How do you kill him with the arrow?
Okay. So I
Where does that arrow hit?
yeah. So like I kind of like because I think he was behind me, correct?
Yes. You
Right.
spun around.
Right. So like I spin around and I aim the arrow for his throat.
Oh.
Okay. Because I'm not sure if this one is gonna do that crazy baby cry.
Oh yeah.
Like the other one did. So like my thought is, well, even if I don't kill him, I can at least stop him from like if he potentially does that like a call. So I fire it and ends up taking him out.
Yeah, and he's actually repeating, bring me the wizard's son. He knows where the stone is. Bring me the... And then he topples over. Who's next?
Celise.
Celise.
Is anyone alive?
Yeah, there's the one
Yes,
right
one
by Ren. He's looking horrible.
I could probably just kick him.
He looks pretty, you want to hit? You want to kick him?
Yeah, you just kick
You
him.
can roll. That's pretty confident.
I mean, is it enough for me to like run up with my sword, or
You can do it however you want to do it.
I mean, unless I win, I have no bow. Otherwise,
Yeah, you want to run up to him and kick him? Want to kick the bird?
Sure, it'll be good comic relief.
Okay, go up there and kick this bird. Let's see if we can
Oh
kick,
God, what's my
Kick
melee
that
though?
bird.
kick that bird. Kick that bird. Kick that bird.
What's the
Your strength modifier?
my strength then is +3, so 14.
Oh yeah, you kick him dead. Well, I mean, it's just basic. Well, if you roll your damage, I mean, you would have.
Oh God, what's the damage?
Yeah,
on
I
melee?
think he
forgot.
just needs 2, and then he's dead. So,
So is it a D6 or D8 for melee?
I would guess 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
1, you didn't kick him dead.
no, I get a.
Oh yeah, you get a bonus. Yeah.
yeah.
You get a
So I
bonus.
get at least 2 points.
Yeah. How do you kick this bird dead?
So I like run up like I'm gonna actually like kick a soccer ball.
Yeah.
And just like rear back and just punt its head.
Oh my god.
God.
While he's saying, he's like, his head is actually pretty low because he doubled over when he took.
What?
Well, yeah. And he's actually saying what you had said a moment ago. He's like, finally, I get to hit something. Poof. And then like the side of his skull just gets like caved in and he topples over. Perrin, you just walked in the door.
Well, so, all right, so Duo and I were zigzagging
Yeah.
on our way to the door. So we zigzag our way in, and we were ridiculously precise in our zigzag, and we get to the door just in time to see Celise punt the head.
Oh man. Yeah, looks like they got everything under control here.
That was particularly unnerving, Celise.
Zaraj heads straight down the hall. He's gone for a minute, and then he comes back. It's empty. The place, Kinkus must have came, ambushed my men, and there's bodies in the back.
Okay. Do you know who the wizard's son is?
No, that could be anyone, like just about anyone.
Okay.
Guess we're dealing with these worms. That's okay. Got it.
And I'm like looking around because like I think that Ash is starting to like the worm is setting in a little deeper, and so she's like starting to kind of separate herself from the group. So she kind of wants her worm now.
Oh, okay.
She like wants to keep it safe.
And as you're walking, you hear this rustling. It's coming from a door. It's what?
It's a squirrel.
It's this rustling coming from this door on the side. Like maybe a closet. You actually don't know what this room would be. It's a warehouse. It's dilapidated. But there is a small like closet door that you're passing by, and you can hear this rustling by it.
I'm gonna slowly open that door.
Oh, you're gonna open the door?
Yeah.
Okay. As you open the door, you are surprised as like brooms and mops kind of like fall out of it and crash to the ground. And you hear a voice. You hear a voice just start yelling, oh, please, I'll tell you everything. I'll spell out names. Oh, I'll give you addresses.
What?
And you're looking at this well-dressed human. Like his hair is done, but he's frantic. You can tell he's been crying. The sides of his face is still wet. His eyes are red.
Does his crying sound like the Kenku's crying?
It doesn't. No.
Okay.
No, he has more of a
Like a grown man cry.
Yeah, grown man sob.
Right. Got it.
Yeah. Zaraj busts in and like stands right in front of him. He's like, stand up, Montgomery. What happened here? And he like helps him to his feet and like dusts himself off. Oh, it was dreadful. I was enjoying my nighttime sleepy time tea when Schemo was interrogating one of his friends. When all of a sudden the door bursts open and before I know it, the place is crawling with Kenku. Horrible creatures they are, always repeating what they heard. Nosy little busybodies. Zaraj is staring like right at him, with his hands kind of like crossed, just like looking at him. Anyways, I fought valiantly as ever, but I found myself in this closet under all this equipment. It's a good thing you arrived when you did. I was just about ready to give them a piece of my mind. Zaraj looks at all the dead Kenku in the room, the one that's been disintegrated, the one with claw marks, the one whose skull is caved in. And he turns back and he's like, Montgomery, these four, they have mind worms. Take care of it. Zaraj looks over at Celise and Ren. You two, come with me. You guys, he takes you to the back room. So knock knock, Shaka.
Well, I don't have mine anymore.
Well, right.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Zaraj pointed to you four. And you explain that to him. You explain like, ooh, mind worms. They are tricky, aren't they? Ew, so gross. And he makes his way to one of the crates that are there. He starts shuffling around. You can see his feet kind of like dangling off the side. And he comes back with a bowl, a pitcher of clear liquid, and a velvet sack. He dumps the pitcher into the bowl. You could hear the liquid like coming out and splashing inside. He puts his hands into it. He kind of starts washing his hands a little bit. And he seems very happy that you guys are there, like that he's not alone in this closet anymore. He puts his hands in, and then he slowly and meticulously unwraps this velvet sack. And he says, these stones are said to be older than time itself. Once harnessed, the psychic power can destroy just about anything. Say bye-bye, mind worms. And he puts them into the bowl very carefully and slowly. He puts 4 of them in there. Okay, let's give that a couple minutes, and I'll prepare the room. And he dashes off down the hall and like leaves you guys there.
So are we still in the same room with the Kenkus?
Yeah, there's bodies still there.
So I'd like to roll investigation on the Kenkus.
Oh, yeah.
To see if we find anything on them.
Mm-hmm.
I did not find anything.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
My investigation is a 7.
Yeah, it's pretty low. You go, you find him. You search through their stuff. You don't really find anything. You find a dagger. You find different change purses on him, mostly copper pieces. Nothing. There's actually one with like wooden pieces that looks like it's supposed to be passing for copper, but you know better. As a performer who's given these things before. Yeah. Did you want to take that stuff?
Yeah, I'll take the copper pieces.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Sure.
Can I roll? And I don't know if this would be history or I want to see if Kenku would be prone to do a random attack on someone.
Oh,
or
yeah,
if
yeah.
This seems like a
Roll.
targeted thing.
You can roll history on that.
All right, 18.
18. Yeah, they're not prone to that. Like if they are here, someone sent them here. More than likely, they've been enticed with there might be gold somewhere. But for the most part, they're not breaking entries and causing havoc just for the hell of it.
Okay.
They're probably there. They probably were there for a reason.
I want to investigate the Kenku as well. The one that said specifically the wizard's son.
Oh, okay.
That Kenku. And I'm going to look for markings because in the alley a while ago when we found one of the bad guys had a mark on him to specify who he was working for.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. So
the bugbear had the Xanathar sign.
yeah, so I'm just looking for any sigil, any symbol.
Yeah.
Oh, that is 8.
8. Okay. You don't find anything that would there's nothing on the Kenku that would tell you what he was doing there or anything like that. You do notice a small patch of feathers missing on the side of its neck. And as you like move the feathers up just a little bit, you do notice that yellow marking that you had seen before. It's faded, and you can't really make it out, but it's pretty much just a circle with some like loopy rays coming out of it.
Oh, so it is the
Xanathar birds.
Xanathar.
Xana birds.
Xana birds.
Great. Do you guys want to do anything else while you're there? Knock Knock is there, and he's just like, he's looking at these rocks, and he's just like, what do you think these rocks do?
I mean, we already had our experiment with rocks at the at the tower. I think it's called the Black Tower.
Yeah.
Like the black
That tower.
staff tower.
So don't flip them, guys, and don't lick them either. Okay.
You look right at me.
Yeah.
Knock Knock puts his hand inside the bowl, and he just like flips it.
Knock knock!
What? Nothing happened.
Oh my gosh!
Nothing happened.
Something could have happened.
It
You
could-
ruined it!
You never know. You never know. Something could have happened. And he takes his hand out of it.
You know what? I can't wait to be rid of these mind worms so I can be rid of your thoughts.
I'm pretty sure mine already fell out, so I'm mostly just watching you guys.
So let's cut over to Rin and Celise. Meanwhile, Celise and Rin, you're in this back area where the dock would be. It's big and it's open area. The room is empty except for near where the dock door would open. There is a trunk, a traveling trunk with clothes coming out of it. Next to that is a broken mirror propped up against the wall. Some bedrolls are out. They're very close together. Next to the bedroll, there is a small box. You surmise it's probably a music box of some sort. And Zarash turns to Ren. He says, Ren.
Yeah.
Those clothes you're wearing, they're very flashy.
I mean, it was for the theater.
Yeah, I'm afraid they're going to cause too much attention. You must discard them. Wear something less conspicuous. Change into this. And he pulls out some well-worn garb, like well-worn, I guess, plebeian garb, like nothing Ren would ever wear. It's a simple shirt and pantaloons. Are they called pantaloons?
Yeah.
Seems weird. Yeah.
Pantaloons are the underwear parts.
Oh, okay.
So you just want like knickers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gives you some knickers.
Yeah.
And he like hands them to you. Change into this and remove any jewelry or precious stones you may have from your clothing and mask. We can trade those later for supplies.
Whoa.
He starts rummaging for more stuff.
I just-
Is that a reaction?
yeah. That's my reaction and Red's reaction all at once. Red's like, I mean, I guess. Is this for the safety of myself? Like, do I have to do this?
It's for the safety of everyone. Your jewels are going to cause attention. Your clothing just calls attention to you and the group. And at this point, we need to blend in.
I guess I will do what I have to do for the betterment of the group. And so he like sadly like takes all his stuff and he's like takes it off.
Oh,
and he's
it's like a sad music.
and like
montage.
as he's like putting on the clothes, he's just like all the memories of just like feeling poor and not having like anything. He's just like feeling it like regret, and he's just like, but he knows he has to. Okay, I'll do it. It's fine.
And he, he kind of, he didn't think it was going to be this big of a deal or whatever, but he can definitely see that you're hurt, or what have you. If you need rest, you can go down the hall. There's another room. We'll send food in later when the others are fine.
Well, how long will it be till they come or they're done with their mind worms?
Montgomery works fast, so hopefully soon.
Is it safe for us to just sleep here?
Let's see what he would say. At this point, I guess we can discuss this once they're better. But for right now, if you wanted to rest, I believe me and Celise have you.
Okay, I'll rest for now.
So I imagine you head down the hall.
Yeah.
Celise, you're there with Zaraj as well. Let's actually, before we do, let's cut back to Montgomery and the bowl. And
Sounds like a sitcom. Montgomery and the bowl. It's Monty and the bowl. Monty and the bowl.
So he comes back into the room and he like looks at all of you very carefully. He looks at Shaka. It looks the same. Ashbourne is kind of just like tweaking a little bit. Perrin is also not tweaking the same way that Ashbourne is, but he's very smiley and very like, I'm not hiding anything. Like an I Love Lucy episode.
Right.
And there's just Knock Knock. He's also not. Knock Knock looks very similar to Shaka, just standing there. And Montgomery like points right at Knock Knock, and he's just like, "Let me guess, you grabbed the stone, huh?" And Knock Knock's like, "No, I didn't grab the stone." And he's like, "Of course you did. Everyone grabs the stone. It's crazy how often that works." And he grabs the stone from the bowl, and he just throws them in the corner. He starts throwing them in the corner.
The stones?
Yeah, he just starts throwing the stones in the corner.
What are you doing, man?
And Montgomery's just like, worthless, but effective. The stones are garbage, you see. The real magic is the saliva, the intellect saliva that gentleman has his hands covered in. And Knock Knock looks at his hands, and they're like, it's kind of like this, they've been moisturized in this like saliva liquid that he put his hands into. And Montgomery explains, he just says, "Ooh, it numbs the psychic pathways for a little bit. Gross creatures, those intellect devourers, but they're good for something. I imagine that was the same thing that they did to your leg. And he points to the claw marks like on your legs.
How'd you know that?
Because he can tell you're subdued, just like this other guy.
You didn't send that thing, did you?
Oh, do you ask him that?
I do ask him that.
Okay.
How would you know?
No, I would never say. I would not. Oh, it would take great power to send something like that after you.
Just checking.
Okay, folks. And he slaps his hands together. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to get into that room with me, and I'm going to dive into your mind. Now, don't worry. It's going to be horrible for me. This bug that you so graciously put into your head is attaching itself to a memory of yours. Something really important. It could be something happy. It could be something scary. But whatever it is, it's something that you need to stay with you. We're going to go into that memory, and that's where that bug will be. Any questions, big guy? And he points at Knock Knock. Nah. I ain't got any questions. That's okay. And he grabs Knock Knock by the hand and he says, you two, put your hands in the saliva while I'm gone. And he carries Knock Knock to the other room.
Ash,
Yeah.
young ladies first.
No. I'm not gonna do it if you're not gonna do it.
Oh, I will do it,
Well,
but only after you.
okay. How about we do it at the same time?
The same time.
Okay, well, we'll count to 3.
Count to 3.
Shaka, you in?
I'm not in. I don't have mind worms, so I'm just watching you guys.
How do you know you don't have, did it come out of you? Or is it still in your brain?
I don't know.
Or is it asleep?
My leg was on fire. I don't know. But I'm not down with this as of now. So I can count for you guys though. I can count for you guys.
We have to cover him in the saliva.
That may be a thing that we can do.
I say this via mind worms.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. Okay, gotcha.
So we're gonna count to 3, and then you count us down.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
From 3 to 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm joking. All right. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Dunk those hands.
Dunk those hands.
Perrin goes to dunk his hands and he stops.
And I stopped too.
Right.
Oh, you
Come on, guys.
you were gonna trick me.
I was not going to trick you. I was going to be chivalrous.
So because of who I am, because the bowls are next to each other, right?
Oh, it's just one
Yeah,
small
it's
bowl.
like one big
bowl.
one.
One big salad bowl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So because I am clumsy and brash, I'm so upset that you did this. I grab your hands and I dunk them, and it causes both of our hands to dunk.
Sweet.
Oh!
Yeah, and you guys are just covered in this saliva.
Can I, if I said something to Montgomery right now, would he be able to hear?
Yeah, you would have to yell it down the hall.
Okay. Hey, Montgomery.
Don't you have the booming voice thing still?
Is that still going?
I think that ran out. I think
Probably. It was like a minute.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
But I could cast it again. I mean, it's a cantrip.
Yes.
Yeah. So you said that thing already bit my leg, and it took my. Do you think I still have a mind worm? Is what I'm saying, because I can't hear thoughts anymore. So do I need to dip my hands in this?
He peeks his head through the corner. Maybe. I don't know.
Are there any negative effects if I don't have a mind worm and I dip my hands in this?
Stickiness, gooiness. And it could smell for days.
Oh man.
Okay. All right. Well then, to be sure, and because I see them both being punks about it, I just boom.
Yeah.
Dip my hands right in there.
Great. And your hands are covered in this weird saliva type goo. We're going to cut over to Celise real quick. Zaraj has turned to you, and he says, Celise,
Yes.
the Watch will be looking for a paladin of Tyr that matches your description.
I know.
I've met a few paladins in my time, and I would imagine it would be impossible to ask you to part with your armor. But maybe we can come up with a plan to conceal it, or maybe get you a new one in time.
Do you know of a way to change the coloration? I don't have my shield, and that was the biggest marker of tier that I had. It had the rune emblazoned on it, and without that, I could just be any other soldier.
We can find you a blacksmith for sure that might be able to change your armor a little bit. At least for the time.
That's fine.
You notice Zaraj hasn't been making eye contact with you. He's staring down at the corner at this, like he's business as usual as he's talking to you, just like he was with Ren. But you notice he has been staring at this little box next to the rollout beds.
Zaraj?
He kind of doesn't respond as you say that.
I approach and just gently put my hand on his shoulder. I understand. Do you need to be alone for a while?
He kind of comes to and he's just like, he lifts up the little music box. He doesn't open it. He says, I hate music, but I like this song. He puts it in his trunk. You said by the ocean that you had lost someone.
Yeah.
Does it end?
Sometimes you can forget for a little bit, but other times like this where you're alone or you're with someone who knows that pain as well, it comes back and hits you like a punch in the chest without your armor.
Who did you lose?
Funny, I'm telling you this and I haven't told the people I'm traveling with. I set out because the memories were too painful at home. I lost my wife, and I vowed to avenge her. I'm a paladin, but I'm not a kind or sweet one. I took a vow of vengeance. I'm going to find the one that took her from me and make them pay. And after that, I don't know. Maybe I'll lay down my sword. Maybe I'll finally go back having done what I set out to do, but the pain is a lot. And I know yours is fresh and you don't know me very well. But from one soldier, someone who's lost when they didn't think they could open their heart, I'm here if you need to talk or if you just want to sit and be quiet. I understand that pain. I wear her ring around my neck, and that's the one thing I can't part with. I'll give up my armor. I'll get a different sword. I'll be as nondescript as you need, but that is the only thing I can't part with. It's the last thing I have of her.
He hears that, and it feels right for him. He has sadness to go nowhere. He's not a person that does well with feelings. So he has sadness to go nowhere. And as soon as you say you have vengeance or that you want revenge on the person that's taken him, it clicks with him and it feels like, oh, I want that too. Like, I want that too. And as soon as you say that you wear her ring to remind you, and it's the only thing that matters, he picks back up that music box and he opens it up. And you two are just standing in this empty dock, listening to this song, like click through the chimes. And it goes, you actually know this song. It's a very like popular, well-known song. And I'm not a singing person, but I will try. It's like
Don't ruin the moment.
It goes, I lost my love. Where did she go? I hear her name when the wind blows. The wolves will find her asleep in the snow. The howls, the screams, forgot to know. And in that moment, you see his lips move very slowly with the melody.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds you of that moment on the roof where he put his forehead against Laban's forehead. You guys saw this and you thought maybe she was saying something to him, possibly a prayer. Celise, you know that she was singing his favorite song to him. Something that she probably sang to him before she went to sleep. We're going to cut over to Knock Knock walking out of Montgomery's room. He looks happy. He looks really, oh, sorry, he is a little misty-eyed. Let's turn around. He looks happy as he walks out of the room. He's like, oh, you guys are going to love this. This is great. And Montgomery comes out, he's like, that gentleman has it together. Who's next? And he points at Perrin and he points at Ashburn. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
Well, since you don't like chivalry, Ash, I'll be more than happy to be rid of these mind worms. Montgomery, Perrin is your underbow.
Oh, yes. Come on. You walk into the room. It's pretty barren. And there are two chairs just in the middle of this room facing each other. And he looks at you and he says, well, all you have to do is focus. Focus on that moment. I don't know exactly what it is for you. It's different for everyone. But if you can just focus on one of your first important memories, the thing that, it might not be the right one, it might not be the one that you think is the biggest or the most entertaining, but whatever that one is, I need you to find it, okay?
Very well.
And you close your eyes and you start to concentrate. And it's kind of like this warp zone, like, and you guys are someplace. Where are you?
So we are back in my halfling village. We're in, it's a very beautiful day. We're in like just the edge of the forest. I am coming out of the tree line, and off in the distance is a cottage. It's a nice sized cottage. It happens to be my family's home. And there is, when I was coming out of the tree line, I saw smoke billowing, which isn't out of the normal, out of the ordinary, because the fireplace may be going, someone may be cooking something, there's something in the hearth. But as I get out of the tree line and I look, I see that there is much more smoke than there should be. And as I start to make my way closer and closer, I see that the entire cottage is on fire.
Oh, okay. So you and Montgomery are standing outside this cottage, and you see yourself, a younger Perrin, starts running to this cottage. Montgomery looks over at you, who's watching all this. Oh, I thought it might be a happy memory, like the half-orc. What happens here?
This is when my old life ended, and the life of Perrin Underbow began. So this is a bittersweet memory. This is the memory of the young halfling dying, and the beginning of the life of the man that you see before you. My family, my entire family, everyone that I ever knew died right here, right now. This fire was set. This was not an accident. But I looked at myself and saw this young boy as me and knew that despite what has happened, the tragedy that has happened, that I have been spared, that I should take this time to live life to its fullest, to find out all its mysteries, all its enchantments, and then perhaps with enough investigation, with enough knowledge, that I may find out who is the one who did this to my family, and that I could avenge them and set right what was started oh so long ago.
Montgomery stands there, and his eyes are very wide as he watches this house go up in flames, and watches you search for a way in to the cottage, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You were trying to get into
Yeah.
it. Okay, well, I have some really, really bad news. Oh, God. I was really hoping for a happy memory. This is a tragic one. And the mind worm is going to change it. In a second now, if I was a betting man, the mind worm is going to try to save the thing you lost at this time and completely change your cornerstone, completely rewrite you. You have one chance to keep the memory as is.
Well, if I'm being honest, and Perrin, while I always tell the truth, I'm not always honest. I don't know that I want to keep this memory.
Oh, I mean, if you lose this memory, you will lose yourself. This mind worm will rewrite your entire mind based on this one cornerstone. I mean, we don't have much time. You need to lock that door right now. You need to lock that door.
What?
And he points at this door. It looks like a cottage, a door that would be on a cottage,
Right.
except it is a deep purple, almost scaly the way the mind worm would be. In Montgomery's mind, he's thinking the way this mind worm is going to take over is by changing your memory. And to do so, this mind worm needs to save your family. So you think that you have always saved your family. So Montgomery points to the door. Whatever you do, you have to keep that door shut, no matter how much they scream. Keep it shut.
Perchance it's unnecessary for me to be what I thought I wanted to be. Today, I must embrace who I have become. I will keep the door closed.
So you and Montgomery run up to this door and you press your body up against it. It wobbles a little bit. It doesn't feel hard like a door. It feels like a giant worm. As you hold it shut, you feel this banging on it as well. You can see yourself in the distance, kind of look at us in the distance. And the banging, and then there's yelling, but it's not human yelling or halfling yelling.
Right.
It's like this horrible, terrible scream of like a creature calling out. when we look up and the camera pans back, we see that the cottage is this giant purple worm at this time, completely on fire. And it's screaming and it's yelling. It's so intense, and you could almost like feel the heat. And then all of a sudden, you're sucked out, and you're just sitting in that room again with Montgomery and yourself. Well, why don't you get some rest? He opens up the door, and it creaks.
Very well. Parent Underbow will go and get some rest. I've definitely needed some. Thank you very much.
Oh my God, he thinks you're the most fucked up person. Rin, let's cut over to you. So Knock Knock got out first. He's been kind of like looking around this entire place, and he goes to you. He finds you in the back, and he had already stopped by Zaraj and Celise, and they had told him, go check on Ren, see if he needs anything. And Knock Knock comes back, and he's just like, hey man, what's going on?
And I feel like Ren's like in a corner, just like sulking, and just like feeling like he just like lost everything. He's like, I'm all right. I'm just I just kind of going through some stuff right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard what they're gonna take your jewels and your clothes away. That seemed like something you really cared about, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's been kind of hard, just mainly because it's just I've had a hard life, and I know it seems very flashy of me having things like this, but it's all I have, and this I feel like everything's been taken from me, but I know it's for the betterment of the group, but I can't not feel like bad about myself right now.
Yeah. What's the fear?
That I'm just gonna be nothing like I was before. Like I don't matter. And this is the first time in my life I've actually felt like I was doing had a purpose, or I was doing something, or I meant something more than myself. And it just feels like I'm going back to just being just nothing again.
What were you before? Wait, what was that before?
I mean, I haven't talked about this much, and I try not to, but before I met all you guys, and I grew up without a family or friends, and I was by myself, and I had nothing. I walked around in sacks and had the dingiest clothes, and I just got called so many names and made fun of, and I had to steal to survive. That's all I had. And the very first time I actually had something of value was a piece of gold I found just trying to survive. And when I saw it, it was the most beautiful thing I ever saw in my life. And I knew when I had it, I didn't want to let it go. And I wanted to be better than what everybody would talk and say about me, and be better as a person, and just not be nothing anymore.
You want to change your name.
Yeah. It feels like that.
He pauses for a minute in the doorway. Kind of looks at his feet. And he says, Ren, do you remember the first time we met? You asked me about my name.
Yeah.
You asked me what my name meant. And I didn't know you very well, so I didn't tell you. But I can tell you if you want to know. It might help you.
Yeah, I would like to hear that.
So So Knock Knock's not like the first name that I had. I actually don't remember my first name. They would call me it all the time, and I just never answered to it, you know? It was like, I didn't grow up in the monastery with the elves at first. And I was born and raised in a tribe, in a half-orc tribe, you know? And we were nomadic, so we travel. I didn't really fit in there, you know? Like, it didn't make sense. It's like the tribe was this dog-eat-dog place, and it wasn't for me. There was no discipline. It was just like, you know, everything was looked down upon if you try to help someone. There was no, anyone can turn the back on you at any time. Anyways, this one day, we were traveling and we passed by this monastery, right? And it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. And the chief, he decides, hey, you know what? We should take that. That should be ours. And he sent 10 of our strongest men in, and they went up to the front door. And almost on like instinct before they got there, one single elf came out. And it's like, she read them. She like knew exactly what they wanted, knew exactly why they were there. And in a moment, so fast, ran so fast, all 10 of them were on the ground, dead. And she casually just walked back inside and closed the door. And see, the chief was angry, and he wanted that monastery more than anything. So he needed more information on it. So he needed recon. My father, he was this brave, huge half-orc. He volunteered me. Of all people, me. I was excited. I got to leave. I got to leave the tribe. And I didn't do well there. So I found the cliff that overlooked the monastery, and I just sat there and I watched, you know. Every day, just taking detailed notes. People that went in, people that came out. And very soon, I got to know them. I saw them, and it made sense. It made so much sense. The way they treated each other, the respect, the pride that they had. On the third day, they buried all warriors. They buried them and had a ceremony and everything. Days turned into weeks, and I found myself making my clothing to look like them, you know? And I found myself putting clay on my ears. They were so horrible, Ren. You would have laughed so hard. They were so bad. They were just like flopping down on me. And one night, they were having the celebration, and I was just singing this song so loud. I could still hear it, you know? But I didn't hear my name. I didn't hear my father calling me. I've been in a lot of fights, Ren. And I've taken a lot of licks. But I ain't never been hurt like that before. And when I woke up, the whole tribe was packing up. The chief had announced that the monastery was impenetrable and that we'd never get through. And during that meeting, my father raised his hand and said that I had discovered a way through. They had come up with a clever disguise. I think he knew. I think he knew it wouldn't work. But the embarrassment, you know, might have been too much for him. To have a son like me. So I started walking. And I started walking closer to the monastery, and every step that I took, I got more terrified and more terrified, like I was marching to my own death. My rags, my poorly sewn rags on me, they had smeared mud on my face to make it look like I was the same skin color as them, and my ears were lopsided from the beating. And when I made it to the door, I clenched my fists, and I wanted to run. That would have been a bad mistake, but I wanted to. When you're standing in front of the thing you want most, sometimes you just run, and that's okay. No one would have judged me. I could have been a half-orc in any town. No one would have known. But I was just done. I was just done being that thing that I didn't want to be. So I knocked. And when no one came, I knocked again. And this time, that same elf came, sword in hand, staring me down. It felt like a lifetime. It felt so long. She grabbed me by the back of the head. I was shaking. She pressed her thumb up against my forehead and smeared it. Smeared the makeup. She said, "Welcome home, little elf. Your brothers and sisters are inside. Let's go say hello." 'Cause she knew. She knew. And when we got inside, she said, "Quiet down, children. I'd like to introduce you to..." And she said, "I'm sorry. What's your name?" I tell you, Ren, I couldn't remember again. I couldn't remember for the life of me. Sometimes people give you a name and it's not yours. Sometimes they give you a name and it's just an echo of what you're supposed to be. It's a shadow of what they want, but you ain't got to carry it. You can decide at any moment to knock on that door, and that was the first time I was me, and that was the first time I was brave enough. So brave it came twice. The knock came twice. I know it's a long story, and I know you might not understand and you might not get it. And I know they called you names. But it ain't what they call you, Ren. It's what you answer to. He looks down at his feet and he quietly exits the room. We're going to cut over to Ashbourne.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Let's just run a little late.
All right.
That's okay.
Oh, great.
Sorry. We cut over to Ashbourne. You're already in the room. This is the same moment. You're in the room facing each other.
Oh, goodness.
Facing Montgomery. Montgomery looks at you. He's already explained exactly what is going to happen. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's just do it.
Let's go.
All right.
And, very quickly, where are we right now?
So, Ashton, she doesn't know who her biological parents are, but the woman who raised her is a kind and wonderful elf, and so we are at her door, the door of Ash's house, and in Ash's hand is a letter, and it is wrapped like a love letter.
Oh.
And she looks at Montgomery and says, my mom lives here, and she's been alone for a really long time, and I've been sending her love notes from my mentor, and yeah, life is hard, right? But this is my happiest moment.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I couldn't handle it another moment.
No, this is life throws a lot at you, and this is the moment where I have a family, because before the notes that I was sending back and forth were fake, but this is a real one.
So, as I understand, you are parent trapping your mother?
And my mentor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what am I looking at right now? I'm looking at. Is that you? That's you at the door, or what's going on?
Yep. And so you see like a young she's like maybe like 9 years old. And she has this like package in her hand, and her mom is getting ready. So she's getting ready in the mirror and all of that. And Ash gives her a package, and it's trying to figure out how to like condense this. It's a note from that the mentor had written, and my mentor isn't a poetic man. He's not.
Is this actually from the mentor, or you wrote it?
It's from the mentor.
Oh, okay.
I had been parent trapping them really hard.
Okay, gotcha.
This is the moment where it became real.
Gotcha.
Third act.
The third act of the movie Parent Trap.
I'm also thinking of the Haley Mills one, not the one with Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
Is
the
that
Haley
is
Mills one.
everyone on board with that?
For sure.
Okay, cool.
And it is. So the language is a little different, and it's like my mom reads this note and she realizes kind of because it's a genuine. It's genuinely him speaking, and it's not like me using colorful language. So the language is different, and she walks outside, and my mentor is there with he's holding a small little kit.
Kit?
It's a baby fox.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And he gives it to my mom.
Okay. As your mom goes to reach for the little baby fox, Montgomery is staring at it, and he's staring at you, and he knows that this is the moment. And the fox jumps down and starts running out the door. Oh, that's it. These mind worms are trying to ruin this moment right now. We need to get that fox. And he starts like running for that fox.
Okay. So,
yeah.
So I start running for the fox as well.
Yeah. Okay. Where was this, in like a small town? Or?
So it's like town that's kind of, it's not a town, it's more of like in the forest, like a cottage, because when Ash was younger, like because she doesn't know who her parents were, she was seen as like the cursed child because of her claw. She was born with it.
Yeah.
And so to like protect her and to keep her away from people who want to like sell her or to just take her, they live like in the like far away from other people.
Yeah.
So it's like in the forest.
Yeah, and you find the little kit, the little fox, standing in front of this tree, just like standing there, wants to run away as we're approaching it. Okay, what do you know about this little fox?
This is my brother Chips. This is my brother.
Chips perks up at you. And this is a weird moment for Montgomery because the mind worm should be doing everything possible to destroy this point in time. But what he didn't know, or what he actually doesn't know about, is your connection to this fox. So both your memory and because it's almost a loop because you do have Chips's memories in your head as well. It starts to mirror and reflect each other. So you guys are just kind of like vibrating at the same time. Where Chips is not so much experiencing the mind worms, but he knows exactly what's happening. Kind of like it's revealed to him. Like it's it should be really hard to catch this fox for you and Montgomery to catch this fox. But because this is happening at the same time, it's kind of like vibrating and happening at the same time in Chips's mind too. Shaka, you probably noticed this. There's a little fox just sleeping and like kind of like running like that and kind of like stops and it's steady. Ashburn, you're standing there and Chips is about to run and then he looks at you and slowly starts heading towards you, looks up at you, and then starts walking back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did it! And then you're sucked back and you're staring at each other.
I'm staring at who?
You're staring at Montgomery.
Okay.
I'm going to say Montgomery is pretty wiped. He looks over at Shaka and he's just like, is there any way that we can jump into what's ever going on up there tomorrow?
Well, because I can't hear them, I still feel like my mind worm is not there. So I don't want you to hurt yourself or go through anything. So I don't think I'm in any danger of it taking over. So yes.
He like stares at you for a minute and you kind of get the sense that you're going to be a big undertaking in his eyes. He's just like, yes, a lot to unravel when something like that dies in your head. A lot to unravel. He just kind of like slinks off. Ashbourne and Shaka. Shaka, you were waiting for Ashbourne, I imagine, because you were, good friend. And you guys are all back in the back area with Celise and Zaraj. Knock Knock and Ren have come out too. Perrin has come out, and Celise and Zaraj are going through your guys' stuff, those potato sacks or whatever. Everyone roll investigation.
18. Low. 18.
7.
18. Okay. What did you roll?
14.
14. Okay. We'll start with Shaka. All your stuff is there except for the map. Oh. It was so light and paper thin, you didn't notice the weight difference while you were carrying it. You're searching everywhere for it. You're going through your clothes, turning them inside out. Ashbourne, everything is there for you. Perrin, everything is there for you. Knock Knock, everything. Rin, everything is there. Celise, what did you roll?
18.
18. The weight is exactly the same. Everything is exactly the same. Everything feels the same. But as you start pulling things out, like the shapes feel the same too. You pull out your Book of Tyr. You pull out the stone that you had. Yeah, you pull out the stone, the long oval stone. Mm-hmm. It feels different. And as you pull it out, your thumb is kind of like on that middle stone, but it's long and has 3 gems in it.
I had 3 eyes.
Three eyes. Yeah. You put your thumb over it, it's like, oh yeah, that's what it is. But you pull it out and you look at it and it's a loaf of bread with 3 tangerines in it. And you're like, And then you go to pull out that book that you were given by that demon. And it's not the book. It feels like the book. It feels heavy like a book. You look at it and there's some crude writing and drawing on the front. Top left-hand corner, there's a picture of this huge reptile-like foot and the words on it say, Volo Tamps, creatures that stamps, and that's X'd out. And next to it is another picture of 2 men standing in front of a mind flare with thought bubbles that comes out. Oh no, better call Volo. And that's crossed out. And then under that, in big letters, just in the middle and the front, it says, Volo's Guide to Monsters draft. End of episode. End of season, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so let's go around the table and say who we are and where we can be found online.
Where am I?
Wow. After that emotional roller coaster. My name's Tanya DePass. I play your not so grumpy paladin that has now had a bath and killed things. Next week, you can actually find me at PAX Dev on Tuesday on a panel, and then at PAX West on a bunch of panels in the Diversity Lounge, and hopefully playing in a charity game with Dr. B of TakeThis.org. And after that, I will actually be in London at the V&A where I'm in an exhibit on video games. So I'll be in London and Scotland after that.
Ooh.
I'm Brandon Stennis. I play Ren Alidon. You can find me on Twitter at IamBrandonTV or on Twitch at twitch.tv/IamBrandon. I'll be at PAX West this week, so if you guys see me out there, I'll be around.
Do this wave thing.
My name is Cicero Holmes. I played Perrin Underbow this season. I'll play him next season too. And I am Stubby Stan on Twitter. You can find me there on Twitter and this weekend also at PAX West, where I'll be on a panel for the Spawn on Me podcast, episode number 250. So make sure you guys check that out and come and check us out. And if you see me, punch me in the face. I don't know. Don't punch me in the face. I'm a big dude. But I'll see you then.
Hi, I'm Surena Marie. I play Ashbourne, your very loud ranger person. And you can find me on Twitter at SerenaXMarie or on the Dungeon Rats, where I play Bugfly, the also very loud rogue.
So it's a pattern.
No.
And I'm Shareef Jackson. I play Shaka, Tiefling Warlock. You can find me at ShareefJackson.com. That's SHAREEF Jackson.com, and that same username on all other social networks. This weekend I will be at DragonCon. I am on, I believe, 8 panels that all have to do with something about science and or video games and or podcasting. So if you're going to be in Atlanta during Labor Day weekend, make sure to check me out there.
Oh my God, don't be like me, Shareef.
My name is Carlos Luna. I was the DM for Rivals of Waterdeep. You can find me at Carlos Crits on all social media. Also find me on my podcast called The Dungeon Rats. Also, I have one announcement to make. This stream is brought to you by the One Shot Network, home to some of the most fascinating interviews and discussion programs in RPGs. Discover how professional designers and amateur game hackers change mechanics with Megan Dornbrock on Modifiers. Listen to the stories and philosophy of folks innovating RPG and LARP with Alex Roberts on Backstory. Dive deep into the game design with DC on In Theory. Examine role-playing through the lens of psychology with Steve and Porter on Session Zero. Meet some people and discuss mechanics with Amelia and Ryan on Character Creation Cast. Learn about the contributions of Asian designers and break down appropriation with Daniel Kwan and Agatha C. on Asians Represent. You can find all of that and more on iTunes, Google Play, and your favorite podcast app at oneshotpodcast.com. Guys, this was the last episode of season 1, but we will be back for season 2. Same time. When is it?
September 23rd.
September 23rd. Be here.
A couple weeks.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.